ለመማር ወደ ትምህርት ተቋም መሄድ ግድ አይደለም። ናሽናል አቪዬሽን ኮሌጅ
ራሳችሁን ከኮሮና ቫይረስ ወረርሽኝ እየጠበቃችሁ በቤታችሁ ወይም በተመቻችሁ ቦታ በኢንተርኔት አማካኝነት በኦንላይን ትምህርታችሁን መከታተል ትችላላችሁ።
ካናዳ ከሚገኘው ኢንተርናሽናል ኤር ትራንስፖርት አሶሲዬሽን አያታና ከእንግሊዙ ኢንስቲትዩት ኦፍ ኮመርሻል ማኔጅመንት ICM ጋር በመተባበር የሚሰጡ ትምህርቶችን ተከታትላችሁ በ6 ወር ጊዜ በዓለም አቀፍ ደረጃ ተቀባይነት ያለውን የስልጠና ማስረጃ ባለቤት መሆን ይቻላል።
ልምድ ባላቸው መምህራን እየተማራችሁ ጥያቄና መልስ የክፍል ስራዎች ፈተና መፈተን ክፍል ውስጥ እንዳላችሁት አይነት በኦንላይን ባላችሁበት ቦታ ከናሽናል አቪዬሽን ኮሌጅ
የናሽናል ኤርዌይስ እህት ኩባንያ
Okay, so we can start our today's class. Good afternoon, everybody. Good welcome to the Communicative English class. Today, as I said last times, today we discuss about the difference between paragraph and an essay. Paragraph and an essay. What the difference between a paragraph and an essay? Last time we discussed about life skills, right? We discussed about life skills. As soon as we finish about paragraph and essay today, so we'll back and look at some exercise on active and passive voice. While I take a text line, we'll do from your textbook. So what does paragraph mean? What does paragraph mean? Who's going to answer? What does paragraph mean? Just to check your prior knowledge, right? Background knowledge.
Paragraph መመለስ ይችላል አይደል?
Of course you can. Yeah.
Paragraph is a group of sentence ሆኖ አንድ ቶፒክ ሴንቴንስን ሰፖርት አንድ ቶፒክ የሆነ ታይትልን ሰፖርት የሚያደርጉ የተለያዩ ሴንቴንሶች በስሩ ያለ ነው።
The right word. Thanks so much. What about an essay, Eden?
essay ደግሞ it's a group of paragraph ነው እና የተለያዩ ቶፒክ ሴንቴንሶችም ሊኖሩት ይችላሉ።
Okay. Thanks so much. Perfect. Thank you, Eden. Thank you for the participation. Really appreciate you. Okay, thank you. As Eden said, a paragraph is a group of sentences. So a paragraph is a fundamental unit of compositions. A fundamental unit of compositions in many languages. In many languages, it is a fundamental. It's a fundamental function, right? Fundamental functions in many languages. It's related sentences that work together to develop a single point. In other words, it has several supporting sentences, right? When you say paragraph, as Eden said, it has a topic sentence, and also it has several supporting sentences. As you are looking at the PowerPoints, the definition is already there. You can read more. When you come to an essay, actually our focus here is about essay, because maybe in a communicative one class, you learned about paragraph a lot, even from high school. When you were in high school, you do have a hint or an idea about paragraph writing. But in this course, in today's lesson, we focus on the essay. What is an essay? An essay is, you can read from the PowerPoints, an essay is a text of several paragraphs that support a single point. A paragraph is a group of sentences, as it has been said before. When you come to an essay is a group of paragraphs, right? A typical essay consists of 3 sections. A typical essay consists 3 sections. The first section is introductory part, as you know, as you are looking at the PowerPoint. Introductory part. The second is what? What is the second? The body parts. So paragraph has 3 sections. If I'm very fast, I have to be very slow, a bit slow. So it says 3 parts. You can write, please. I will send you this PowerPoint later. PowerPoint. Introductory part, body, and conclusion, right? And conclusion part. As you are looking at the PowerPoints, the main idea or point developed in an essay is called thesis ይባላል። thesis ምን ማለት ነው? What does thesis mean? Thesis means the main idea or points developed in an essay is called thesis. Thesis ማለት ዋና ሐሳብ የኢሴይ ዋና ሐሳብ right? Thesis means the main idea of the essay. Having this in mind, we put thesis statements under introductory parts. As you know, introduction means what? To introduce, right? Introduction means to introduce, right? Introduce the rest of the paragraphs, right? Where? Under the introductory parts, right? Under the introductory parts. Having this in mind, for instance, if you are asked to write about HIV, the first thing what you need to bear in mind or what should come in your mind is the thesis statement. Is it clear? When a certain topic is given to you to write an essay, first don't rush to write something, right? So think of the thesis statements. What are my thesis going to be is the first question that needs to be answered, right? Thesis ማውጣት አለባችሁ ሁሌ ማለት ነው, right? So you need to, for instance, for HIV, what are the thesis statements? Let me ask you. What kind of thesis statements, right? What will be the thesis? If you are asked to write about HIV, Yes? Anybody can answer. This communicative class, by the way, I want you to communicate. Any other students? Except Eden in the classroom. Other students. Yot, can you try? Yot, Sahi. Yot, Mokrist, can you try? Yot. Okay, other students.
The impact of HIV.
Okay, thanks so much. You made it general, my dear students, but I want you to make it specific. Thank you, all right, but I want you to make it specific.
What is the cause of HIV?
Thank you. Still it's general. Thank you. Still general. Make it specific.
The impact of HIV on the host of the virus.
Thanks so much. Still it's general. Thank you. It doesn't mean that you are not right, but still it's general. I need the specific one.
But I can see the problem is not about the teacher, it's
Okay.
about those students.
Todd, okay. How are you, Todd?
I'm doing good.
Okay. Are you listening to my voice?
Yeah.
Okay. So you are asking me the PowerPoint, yeah?
Yeah, also.
Thank you. Yeah, I will arrange that one. Okay. It's okay. Let's go ahead. Okay, I'm sorry once. Okay, I think you are looking at now, right? The PowerPoint. ይታያችኋል PowerPoint? Are you looking at the PowerPoint now?
Yeah.
Yes, I think, yeah. Thank you. Thesis statements, we have been talking about thesis statements. So before you write an essay, you need to have thesis statements. So the thesis statements, which will be for HIV, will be maybe, as you have said, one of the cause. The cause is general, but when you made it specific, unsafe sexual intercourse is one of the thesis. The second will be blood contamination, right? Blood contamination. The third will be sharing sharpened material together with people, right? So this can be the thesis, all right, for the HIV. So these thesis statements that you are going to put under introductory parts, each of the thesis statements will be explained in detail. In detail, where? Where will you explain it? In the conclusion or in the body part? In the body part, right? In the body part. In the body part. Mind you, listen, once Ziga done to listen to me here. What you have put under introductory part in sequence, each test statement will be explained in detail in the body part based on the sequence, all right? Based on the sequence. For instance, if you put the first one, unsafe sexual must be explained in detail in the body part. The second paragraph may talk about blood contamination. The third paragraph in the body part may talk about sharing sharp materials. No need to mix. No need to mix. In one paragraph, one unity, right? One unity, one idea. In the second paragraph, one idea. Okay, here, look at the PowerPoints. Look at the PowerPoints. It appears, it appears in the introduction and is then developed in the supporting paragraph that follow. The thesis appears where? Where? In the introduction and then developed in the supporting paragraphs that follow. So the thesis will be developed in detail in the body part one. Body part line, more explain. You explain the thesis statement. I think you have understood. The second thing here is, the second thing, I'm adding some students. That's why sometimes, you know, I'm adding some latecomers. Parts of an essay. Look at this PowerPoint, please. Look at this. Introductory paragraph. Introductory. Someone, are you listening to me, dear students? Is someone? Are you listening to me?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think now it's okay. Thank you. All right. If there is any problem, you can raise. Introductory paragraph. If I am very fast, I have to be a bit slow. Introductory paragraph. The introduction performs the following functions. Under introductory part, you include this. Using one or more sentence. Listen to me carefully because I will give you an assignment later about essay. The introduction performs the following function. Using one or more sentence, it hooks or captures. Hooks means capture. It captures the reader's interest. The reader's interest. Let me advise you one thing, brotherly, and as a teacher too. Brotherly and as a teacher too. When you write an essay or when you write something, you need to worry a bit on the introduction parts. Introduction, you have to worry about your introductory parts. Why? Because if the introductory part is not interested, okay, your readers will not have an interest to go to the body part in the conclusion. All right, okay, I'm sorry for the interruption. Okay, so it also specifies the background or context needed to understand the text. So you need to include background in the introductory parts. Besides what? Besides the text statements. Most importantly, the thesis section of the essay. Most importantly, the thesis section of the essay. Which section? Which section? The introductory paragraph. The introductory paragraph. If you have a question, you'll ask me later. Let's proceed. The second. By the way, I will repeat, right? The more you ask me, the more I repeat things here. The first supporting paragraph. As I have said before, most of the times, essay has how many paragraphs? It has 5 paragraphs. Most of the times, it has 5 paragraphs. So the first paragraph is introductory. Under the body, we have 3 supporting paragraphs. Under the body, we have three supporting paragraphs. The first supporting paragraph, the topic sentence advances the first supporting point for the thesis. It advances, right? It advances the topic sentence, the first paragraph. And the specific evidence in the rest of the paragraph develops that first point. The order of the supports or details in barley section is made evident in this paragraph at the beginning or end. The second point here is second supporting paragraph. Now we are talking about the body part, right? The body parts. The topic sentence advances the thesis supporting point for the thesis, and the specific evidence, I will send you the PowerPoint, and the specific evidence in the rest of the paragraph develops that second point. The second point will be elaborated. What you have put in the thesis. In the second paragraph, you will explain detail. Keeping the unity. Don't try to write from the PowerPoint because I will send you later. Okay, don't worry. When you write, you may not listen to me. Okay, I will send you the PowerPoint. No problem. Don't try to write now. Thank you. Thank you. The third supporting paragraph, the topic sentence advances the third supporting point for the thesis, evidence in the rest of them. Paragraph develop that third point. Third point is the last paragraph. In the body part, we find 3 paragraphs. First supporting, second supporting, third supporting paragraphs. These 3 paragraphs, these 3 paragraphs explain each thesis statement. Unsafe sexual, blood contamination, carriage after material, and the topic and thesis in 1 paragraph. One thesis in 1 paragraph. The third supporting paragraph is like this. This is, summary part. Right? I'm sorry, the concluding paragraph. Concluding paragraph. In this section, listen to me please. In this section, brief or restatement the main details and summarize the thesis. እዚህ ጋር summarize ነው የምታደርጉት. What you have written in the introductory in the body part ምን ታደርጋላችሁ ማለት እዚህ ጋር? Summarize አይደል? ቀላል ነው. Very simple. You summarize. Okay? Summarize. What do you summarize? You summarize the thesis statements. Listen to me once. When you summarize, you will say at the end of the paragraph, at the concluding part, don't add something new. Are you listening? Don't add something new. Don't add something new idea. Try to summarize only what you have explained in the body part. Conclusion. When I give an assignment, because this one I want to see this. Don't add something new. Planning essay. It's very key points. How to plan an essay? Planning essay. When you write an essay, advanced planning is crucial for success. Plan your essay in 2 ways. I have already discussed before. Plan your essay in how many ways? In how many ways? 2 ways. 2 ways. Prepare the first one. Prepare a sketch outline. Let me explain by this pointer. I think you are looking at this. Look at the PowerPoint. This prepare a sketch outline. Outline as a graduate. You can prepare outline. This should consist of a short statement of the thesis, followed by the main supporting point for this. This is what we have said before. Let me study. Example. If I ask you to write about the major problems of Africa, listen to me. If I ask you to write about the major problems of Africa, the right is million. This without this. That is.
እሱን ሰፖርት የሚያደርግ
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. Other students? Other students?
Can I answer?
You can. The door is open.
The first one is poverty and infant mortality.
Thank you so much. Perfect. Okay. Okay, Lydia. Okay, thank you. You have said actually. Thank you. What about the other students? This will be...
Okay, let me add something.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Actually, about the problem of Africa, especially, let me say it's about the leadership.
Yeah.
Second one, financial issue.
Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Thank you. Perfect. Thank you. Okay, thank you. By the way, these statements, you can say a lot. But you can, as an example, let me give you. As an example, one, corruption. All right? Corruption can be a thesis maybe for you. The second, as my sister said before, poverty. The third might be maybe lack of good governance, right? Lack of good governance. You can have your own thesis, right? This is just as an example. Listen to me now. These three thesis statements you do have here, then you will explain detail in the body and in the body parts. You will explain detail. The same thing here. Look at the PowerPoint. Working at an affiliate plant was my worst job. The thesis for this would be hard work, poor pay, bad working. These three can be considered as a thesis. Hard work, you will explain detail in the body part. Poor pay, you will explain detail in the body part. Bad working, you will explain in detail in the body part. All right? That's it. If you have a question, you ask me later. I'm going to finish this part. This is the summary part of today's about essay. To write an effective essay, look at the PowerPoint, please, my dear students. Look at this. It's very short note, very interesting. To write an effective essay, first prepare an outline. Following the three-part essay. Introduction. I have already discussed before. I'm summarizing what I have explained. Openers. By the way, when you open a paragraph, when you write a paragraph or an essay, you are expected to start from general to specific. Are you with me? Are you with me? You start from general to specific. For instance, if I ask you to write about National Aviation College, okay? If I ask you about National Aviation, write about National Aviation College, you don't say National Aviation College is found in Bole subcity, Wareda or Yekka subcity, or something like that, right? And you don't talk about the department, the staff, something like that. No need. Before you start writing, listen to me. You have to start it from general to specific. General to specific, you know. Let me explain this like this. Very good example. When airplane, you know, when airplane lands, it doesn't land, all right? As long as it comes, it doesn't land. It lands, all right? So through time, so it doesn't rush to land. ስለዚህ ቀስ እያላችሁ ነው ትምህርቱ። ለምሳሌ for example, if I ask now, if I ask Eden also to write about her best friend, she doesn't say my best friend is Meron. Meron is short. Meron has this color. Blah 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 blah. No, she must talk about the general. If I ask you to write about coronavirus, you don't say coronavirus is nam. Is it clear? So you say in this world there are many, all right, diseases. Among these diseases, which is pandemic, corona is one of them. Corona ምናምን ብያላችሁ ታወራላችሁ። ይስጣል ከሪያሉ ገብታችኋል። ወደ ዋናው ነገር አትምጡ ለማለት ነው። Don't come to the main points. Thank you. Then use background information. Opener smart ነው background information is important. Try to associate the topic with the background knowledge information. As I have already said, thesis statement is important. Thesis መኖር አለበት። ያለ thesis, without thesis, your essay will not be interesting. The fourth thing, preview of three main supports. Plan of development, man. You know, you need to plan, right? Plan. Planning, you know, planning outlines. The main body has how many paragraphs? 3 paragraphs. Under the main body, there is a topic sentence, explanation of, look at the PowerPoint, explanation of the topic sentence, specific illustrating example. Oh, this is good. Example is important. Please, when you write an essay, when you write something, try to include example. Examples are good. Okay? Thank you. Eden and Nitsuba, I appreciate you really. Eden and Nitsuba, I appreciate because they are taking notes. Take a note sometimes, you know. When you write an essay or a paragraph, try to explain, elaborate your hasab, your idea by giving example. Examples have a power or energy to convey your idea to the readers easily, right? Easily. I don't think that I think that you are following me, right? I think that you are following me. The third thing here, the fourth, I'm sorry, the fourth concluding sentence. Conclusive. By the way, conclusion is not only at the end of the day, at the end of the essay. Listen to me. Concluding sentence can appear, can come in all paragraphs. In the introductory paragraph, in the main body, 3 paragraphs. In each paragraph, there might be a concluding sentence. It concludes what? It concludes each paragraph, right? All right. The paragraph which has been written, the last sentence. Your last sentence should be a concluding sentence. I repeat this thing. When you write a paragraph, whatever it is, maybe in the introductory, in the body, or in the conclusion parts, the last sentence has to be the concluding sentence. Don't think that only conclusion may come at the end of the essay only, right? Only. The second main support, the same thing here. So what we have discussed before is similar. Topic sentence, explanation of the topic sentence, specific, you know, it works in all parts. Okay, the third main support, the same thing here. Topic sentence, explanation, specific example, concluding sentence. Concluding sentence. Conclusion, the very important point here. If you remember when we started class, all right? I have said to you earlier, when I start class today, you have to worry more on the introductory and the conclusion part, because some readers may read only the introductory or the conclusion and may not look at the body parts. Is it clear? If a person rushes, if the person has no time, okay, I'm advising you, brother, here. This doesn't work only for the written thing. Also, it works for presentation. Are you with me? Even for presentation. Even for presentation. When a teacher or any teacher gives you to present a topic, a certain topic, try to try to decorate your introductory part. Is it clear? Try to decorate. Try to make it more interesting. And try to summarize your presentation. It can be in the oral, I'm talking in the oral, in the case of oral. Try to conclude your conclusion in a very good way. Summarize your idea. Is it clear? This doesn't mean that be careless on the body parts. It doesn't mean that, right? It doesn't mean. So under conclusion, let's come to my point. Let me come to my points. Under conclusion part, my dear students, summarize the main support. Summarize only. Don't add something new. Restate the thesis. When you restate, some students restate their conclusion, they use the same vocabularies that they have used in the body or introductory part. That might be very boring. Try to listen to me. It's very good concept. Now I'm going to talk. What I'm going to talk is very important thing here. When you summarize, don't use the same vocabularies or words that you have used in the body part. Try to conclude your conclusion in new words. It's very good concept. Try to conclude your conclusion in new words, new style. Otherwise, it will be very boring. It will be redundancy. Emotional. Okay, bad new thing, try to conclude. Thank you. As you know, under conclusion, there are some phrases that we use. You know this, I think. It's very elementary. In conclusion, when you start conclusion part, you say, in conclusion, who's going to help me, please? So, can you help me? In conclusion, some phrases that you use in the concluding part. So, can you?
To conclude the story.
Thank you. Other students? Yes, Eden.
Like የሆነ ፕሮብሌም ከሆነ የጻፍነው ሶሉሽኑ ምን እንደሆነ ማድረግ እንዳለበት።
Yes, thank you. Other students? Okay, thank you.
To sum up.
Thank you so much. To sum up, Tor got book. Can you try Tor, can you try?
Come again?
Tor, can you try, please?
Yeah, repeat it again.
You don't understand me?
Yeah.
when you conclude the conclusion, there are some words that you use, like example, in conclusion, and what kind of other? One in conclusion, other?
No, I don't get it. I don't get it.
Okay, you gave me. Okay, listen to me now. Okay, you can listen from the other students. So under conclusion part, use this kind of words. In conclusion, to sum up my points, to sum up my points, to summarize, to generalize, to conclude, to sum up. These are some of the words that most of the times common words that you should use under conclusion part. If you have any question, you can ask me about an essay.
This statement ሊኖረው የሚችለው አንድ ነው ወይስ ከአንድ በላይ መኖር ይችላል?
A statement.
Yeah.
Thank you. ይሰማኛል። አንዳንድ ኔትወርኮች ማለት ታገሱሽ sometimes you know when the network is bad, try to have patience, right? It's not okay. Thank you. I have understood now. Thank you. So let me answer this. Thesis ጽፉ when you write an essay, most of the times source thesis ይኖራችሁ ነው. Most of the times you need to have three thesis statements. ለምሳሌ I have given you example before. When you write about HIV, you need to have three theses. Example, unsafe sexual, blood contamination, right? Sharing sharpness. About the major problems of Africa, ሶስቱን ሊኖራቸው ይችላል. Corruption, poverty, lack of good governance, right? So ሶስት theses ናቸው. እነዚህ ሶስት theses, these three thesis statements will be explained in detail in the body part. Each thesis in each paragraph.
ስቴትመንት ያልከው መስት ነው ስሪ ስቴትመንት ወይስ እንዴት ነው?
Most of the times must have. Most of the times three statement ነው የሚኖረው. You know why?
Any idea? ማንኛውም idea?
Yeah, by any topic. Most of the times you can make it two, you can make it one. But to organize the essay, well organized video, so this is not advisable.
Okay.
Only like source paragraphs rather, because there are three paragraphs in the body part. Each thesis.
I have a question.
Okay, you can.
Yeah. About these three sentence, for example, if you put two, I think they are going good. Yeah. For example, you take two instead of three.
You can.
So
You know why, my brother? Because in the body part, you don't have three paragraphs most of the times. That's why. If you have three statements, each thesis will be explained each paragraph. So to be three is more advisable. Okay, this is an assignment for you. This is an assignment for you. Wait for me. Assignment.
Share on the assignment.
Please, you can write. PowerPoint title, you can write from the PowerPoint. Next thing about the assignment. The assignment deadline next week. At this time. You will send it by my email. I will send the email. You write a descriptive essay on the topic Abai River. About Abai River, you write an essay based on what you have learned before. Your essay should be complete and unified. Unified, what does it mean? Unified, what does it mean? Unified, what does it mean? Unified. Unified, what does it mean? Unified. Okay. Yes. Unified means it has to keep the unity. Unity ማለት don't divert out of the topic. If you are asked about to write about Abai River, write about Abai River. Don't write about other river. So it has to unify it. What you have to read, what you have to write must be similar to the topic. Is it clear? Don't be out of the topic. The topic it has to be unified. The other thing, grammar. Grammar is very important here. When you write the essay, so the grammar grammatically it has to be correct, right? The other is well punctuated. when I give this kind of assignment, listen to me once. When I give this kind of assignment, if you bring out from Google, you know Google, yeah? If you download from Google, I can easily identify. So I completely make it zero. The English which has been brought from Google, right? I do have the tester man. I can test and check if it is from Google directly download. So I will not mark it, man. You have to write it by yourself. Have you understood? Have you understood? All right, that's it. So let me give you group work. Let you group and discuss about how to write an essay. I give you 5 minutes for discussion. How to write an essay? What are the basic elements of essay? What should be included in the introductory? What should include in the body part? What should include in the conclusion part? I give you 5 minutes, discuss about this topic. Don't talk about other stuff, all right? Because I can easily listen to you. So join the group. You can join the group. So the topic is, your discussion topic is, you discuss about essay, how to write an essay, the basic elements, the features, like that. Thanks so much. You can join the group. Last time we discussed about life skill. This is a school's module, right? This is a module. The school's module, Communicative English module. Last time we discussed about life skill. Let me check Eden must be tired. Eden attention. All right. So last time we discussed about active and the passive. If you remember, we are going to do some exercise here, and I will give you homework, right, from this module. You can go to page. I think you have got in your hand. You have. Last time we discussed about this decision making, life skill, reference questions. All right. Having said so, today we are going to discuss about this. You are going to do this exercise, right? And exercise Saralachman. I think Itaya, yes. Yerosan, Itaya, are you looking at the PowerPoint? Yerosan. Okay, you do this exercise. Actually, exercises are not all over that material. We proceed to the other lesson. Lydia, that is citation. Lydia, are you looking at what I have shared?
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody, please do this one. After 5 minutes, we post the other lesson. What you are going to do here is you find out the passive verb. Passive verb means read the following magazine article. Pay special attention to verbs in the passive voice and underline them. All right? So you in group list down the verbs. You can make it individually. After you read, you will inform me. The passive verbs. Passive verb 5 minutes. You will find out the passive verbs from this magazine article. Okay, I'm still at the passive verb classwork. This is classwork. This is classwork. You will find out the passive verbs from this magazine article.
በትምህርት ከፍ ብሎ መብረር ይቻላል። ናሽናል አቪዬሽን ኮሌጅ የናሽናል ኤርዌይስ እህት ኩባንያ ከከፍተኛ ትምህርት አግባብነትና ጥራት ኤጀንሲ ሙሉ ዕውቅናን ባገኘንባቸው በማስተርስ ዲግሪ ኤምቢኤ በስትራቴጂክ ማኔጅመንት፣ ኤምቢኤ በባንኪንግ እና ፋይናንስ፣ ኤምቢኤ በቢዝነስ ሊደርሺፕ፣ ኤምቢኤ በሪስክና ኢንሹራንስ፣ ኤምኤስሲ በኢንተርናሽናል ትሬድና ኢኮኖሚክስ ዘርፎች በእውቀት ለመቅረጽ የበቁ ፕሮፌሰሮቻችን አረንጓዴ መብራታቸውን አብርተዋል። በነገራችን ላይ በኬንያ ሀገር ከሚገኙ ስመጥር ዩኒቨርሲቲዎች በሚመጡ ፕሮፌሰሮች የትኩረት መስክ ትምህርቶቹ መሰጠታቸው ልዩ ያደርገናል። በምርጥ የትምህርት ስርዓት የተገነባው ናሽናል አቪዬሽን ኮሌጅ በመጀመሪያ ዲግሪ በአቪዬሽን ማኔጅመንት፣ በሆቴል ማኔጅመንት፣ በአካውንቲንግና ፋይናንስ፣ በማርኬቲንግ ማኔጅመንት አስተማማኝ ትምህርት ይገቢውና ራስዎንና ሀገሮን ይለውጡ። አድራሻ 22 አደባባይ ወደ ሾላ በሚወስደው መንገድ ላይ ናሽናል አቪዬሽን ኮሌጅ የናሽናል ኤርዌይስ እህት ኩባንያ ህልሞን እውን ያደርጋል።
ኦኬ ሌትስ ዱ ቱጌዘር አብረን እንስራ። ሌትስ ዱ ቱጌዘር ቱጌዘር ፎሬቨር ራይት ሌትስ ዱ ቱጌዘር አብረን እንሰራለን። ይሄን ሌትስ ዱ ቱጌዘር who's going to tell me, you know, what he or she has done? Man, Lydia, can you say something? Lydia, can you mention at least two of the past verbs here? Yeah. Number one. And now, number one.
Are given.
Thank you so much.
Are given.
Thank you. Yeah. The academic awards are given. Are given is the passive. By the way, I will bring this kind of question during the exam, right? So you are expected to find out the passive verbs. Passive verb, you know, last time we discussed about passive and active, but here you find out the passive verbs. Are given is one. The other students, still Richard, other students, are given is the passive. Other, speed up, please, speed up. Other verb. Other. Any other students? Okay, some right, yeah. Some right, Grandma. Thank you. Some right. Some right in Jyotish. Some right. Some right. Okay, I think you couldn't listen. Any other students? Any other students? Okay. Okay, I'll given one. The second one will be these awards called Oscars are presented. Yes, are presented. Are presented. Are presented. The third one. The third one. Several people are nominated.
Are presented ብለናል አይደል?
Thank you.
Are nominated.
Are nominated. Thank you. Other. Are nominated. Other. You know, the active and the passive, you will do it at home. So let's go to the other lesson. Let's go to the other lesson, right? Other lesson. I'm going to share to you other lesson. Wait for me. Wait for me. Okay, let's proceed to this one. Unit 3, modal verbs. Unit 3, modal verbs. This is okay now? Is someone now?
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, so modal verbs. This is unit 3. We have finished unit 1 and unit 2 so far, right? The passive and active, you are expected to do it at home. You can do it at your home, right? The module. So unit 3, modal verbs. There are different modal verbs, as you know. As you know, there are different modal verbs. Let's look at this: may, can, I think you are looking at the PowerPoint. May, can, should, must, have to, need, would rather than. These are some of the modal verbs. Right? These are some of the modal verbs. May is used to express politeness and probability. Right? May there are two uses. The first use is to show probability, and the second is to show politeness. May I come in? As you know, when it is used as an interrogative, it shows polite or permission. In the second case, I may, it shows probability. The second is can. Can is used to ask for ability. Right? Ability. And it can be used to ask for politeness, being polite, right? As a permission. But most books say that may is more polite than can. May is more polite than can. Can is used most of the times to ask for ability. To ask somebody's ability. Can you speak English? Can you speak French? Like that. Can you open the door? Here it is used as a polite to describe permission, right? Could is the past verb of, I'm sorry, this is can, right? Could is the past verb of can and also shows politeness. I could meet you yesterday. What does mean, by the way? I could meet you yesterday. What does mean? What does mean?
But I didn't.
But I didn't, yeah, thank you. I didn't. I had a chance to meet you, or I had a time to meet you. I had a time off to meet you, but I couldn't. All right, I didn't. Could you help me? This is used as a polite. It's very simple. This is modal verbs are very simple. Just, it's available in the course outline. That's why I want to revise. The other thing here, should. I want to focus here. Should is used to give an advice. Should is used to give an advice, to give a suggestion. Suggest people, right? To advise people. Must and should. Must is used to oblige, to show a strong obligation. I must get there, right? It's very simple, you learn it when you were in high school. It's a matter of revising. Must is used to show obligation. The must get this one. You should study hard and you must study hard. When somebody uses must, you must scare. Okay? When somebody uses must, you should scare. Why? Because if you don't do that, there is a consequence. The person may take an action. The person may take a measure. I can say for Eden. If Eden is my secretary, example, I can say for Eden, you should come on time. When I say like this, and when I say, Eden, you must come on time. Do they have the same meaning? Do this sentence have similar meaning? No, totally, they are not the same, right? Thank you. Because when I use must, okay, I'm a bit angry, I'm furious, I'm a bit angry because she did it, many times, right? She did it so much time. So when I say you must come on time, if she doesn't come next time, I may take an action. I may take an action, I may take a measure. When I say you should come on time for Eden, it means it's okay, it's advisable to do that. So I'm not angry, I'm not a bit disappointed, right? I'm not much disappointed. Should is advised. If somebody coughs here, if somebody coughs in the class frequently, I can say you should see doctor, right? So I'm advising him or her to see a doctor, right? To see a doctor. Thank you. I think should and must. I don't want to, I don't want to take your time here because it's very elementary. Hard to is very important. Hard to. Look at the PowerPoint. Hard to is a past verb of must. Must. A past verb of must and have to. Hard to. Hard to put it in the hard to. Hard to. No, regret, right? The past.
Regret.
Yeah, thank you. Regret, yeah. Right? When you feel guilty. If you didn't join university, whereas all of your friends joined, then you say what? At the end of the day, you say what? I have to study hard, right? I have to study hard means you don't have the chance now. Already, you didn't join the university. You have to. For instance, you and your friend go to restaurants. Your friend ordered injera, while you wanted to eat pizza. Then you can say to your friend what? When you come at the end, you say what? You have to order pizza, right? But what you ordered is injera. Is it clear? So, ነበረብኝ ቁጭት ነው እንዲህ መሆን ነበረበት have to. It's very important thing. Have to. Need shows necessary. It's very simple. Need. You need to come on time. You need to attend class regularly. You should attend class regularly. You must attend class regularly. This all you have to attend class regularly. These all modal verbs have the same meaning or different? The same or different? Different, right? It's different, right? Different. Would rather than shows preference. Would rather than shows preference. Preference, what does it? Who's going to explain? Zeralam. Zeralam getting it. Preference, what man? Zeralam, preference. Mocker, can try. Preference. Other students? Preference? It's very simple. Preference?
It's like our choice between two things or more.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Like a choice, yeah. Preference. Let me give a good example here. I would rather meet you at 3 p.m. than 4 p.m. This means I want to meet you at 4 p.m. or 3 p.m. 3 or 4? I would like to meet you
At
right?
3 p.m.
Yeah, what you want comes first. What you want comes first. What you don't want comes right later. At the end. At the end. Let me give you another example. If somebody eats at restaurants frequently all the time, then you can advise him what to say. And if he spends his money in vain, if he or she spends money in vain, what to say? What to say? You'd rather eat?
You'd rather eat in home than in restaurant?
Thank you so much. So which food do you want to eat more? Are you much happy when you eat at home or restaurant? I'm asking you.
At home.
Why? You are not right. Why?
Because most of the time, first of all, about the healthiness of the food.
Yeah.
It's better in the house. Secondly, most of the time I'm more satisfied than in my house when my mom cooks than the restaurant.
Okay, I'm going to debate with you a little here. Because, you know, I totally disagree with you, my dear students. Why? Because mostly people who are working at hotel or restaurants are professionals. They are chefs, right? More professional. Yeah. They know how to do the spice, everything. But when you cook at home, maybe you didn't learn. Maybe you are not professional in the food stuff.
Most of the time, mothers or women are, I think, it's my opinion, I think they are professional or their own way or naturally, they are gifted.
Sure.
And I think my mom is a better cook than any other chef at the top restaurant.
Okay, maybe one day you will invite us to your home. Okay. Who knows? Okay, do you agree with her or with me? Any other students? Any other students? Because you know, sometimes I want to be free. Who is right?
I think you are right, actually.
Yeah, I'm always right because I'm a teacher.
Yeah, but
wait, I'm sorry. Only Thor speaks now. I give a chance for the other. Thor, go ahead. Thor.
Yeah. What makes you right? It is because those who are working in the hotel, restaurant, they have a qualification of experience rather than someone who is working at home. For example, if you take the food that made from home and you compare it with the food of hotel, it's very different. Actually.
Yeah. So it's also delicious, right?
Yeah.
For instance, the food that I eat at Capital Hotel, 5-star hotel, and at my home, it's not the same.
Yeah, not the same actually.
So thank you.
Because there in the hotel is a need of all people. Whatever you want, different people are coming to the hotel.
So you prefer hotel's food?
Yep.
Yep. Very good. Is he right? You agree with me or with Nero?
That's right.
Why? Are you Meron? Oh, I need other students to speak. Yusuf, get lost. Yusuf, think.
Yes,
Yusuf, yeah.
I'm here.
Who is right?
It's not about anyone being right. It's about our perspective and
Okay.
more from.
So,
I'd be satisfied if I eat outside. You know, there's people. It's kind of thrilling eating outside. Just see like
yeah.
it's not more satisfaction.
Okay.
I'm not saying ቤት ውስጥ ያለው ምግብ ሳትስፋይ አያደርገኝም ሳይሆን
No more Amharic. No Amharic. Zubi. Thank you. Actually, you have said really. Okay, this is just breaking starting for discussion. Next time we'll have different discussion topic. It's okay. Let's leave it. Let's leave it this one. Thank you. It depends. Also say it depends. Some people may prefer at hotel. Some people prefer maybe at home. All right. All right. That's the answer. Rodas is disturbing me. Rodas is. Okay. Would rather. Let's back. Would rather. I would rather meet you at 3 p.m. than 4 p.m. It means the person wants to meet you at 3 p.m. I would rather learn class by online than the traditional way of learning. This means the person wants to learn online. That's it. Let me give you classwork. This is a classwork for you. Classwork. You can do this one, please. I give you 4 minutes. You can do it. Classwork. It's very elementary, very simple. You can do this classwork. Okay, who's going to do the first one? Let's do together forever. Number one, May, speed up. May
I ask you something?
May I ask you something possible? May, this is in permission, right? What about in probability? Other students. May in probability.
May I come here?
May I have this?
No, in the probability. That is in the permission. May has to use.
I may go to cinema tomorrow.
I may go to cinema tomorrow means uncertainty. I'm not sure, right? Thank you, sister. Other students. May in probability. I may come next week. Possible. Can, let's go. It's very simple. Can.
Can I have your phone number?
Can I have your phone number? Possible. This is in the case of permission. Can, ability.
You can do this homework?
You can do this homework. Can you swim? Can you dance? Yeah, possible. Very simple. Thank you. Should. Any student. I cannot see all students.
You should go to home?
You should go to home. Thank you. You should go.
It should be ready now.
Thank you. If somebody spends a lot of money, what do you say? And so if somebody spends and became an extravagant, big spender,
You should have to save money.
You should save money. Okay, Faisal. Should summarize, Girma. And so if somebody spends money, how do you advise him?
You should manage your money.
You should manage your money. If somebody disturbs in this class, all the time, what do you say?
You should be quiet.
Thank you. If this teacher always comes late to the class, online class, actually he respects this time. What do you say? How do you advise your teacher?
You should have to be punctual.
You should be punctual. Okay. If somebody smokes cigarettes regularly,
Stop smoking.
you must stop smoking. Must also. Thank you. Thank you. Must is simple. Actually, hard to. Any other student? Hard to. Speed up. For 5 minutes, we finish today's class. Hard to. Eden must. Eden.
She had to take care of herself.
She had to take
Take care of herself.
She had to take care of herself. This means something happened to her, right?
Yes.
Something happened to her. Thank you. Other students, part 2. Canaan Nagos. Canaan, Rodas, Zari after especially Rodas. Part 2. Rodas, where? Rodas, part 2.
I had to restart this course.
I had to
Restart this course.
Thank you.
She had to
fail that course.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Thank you. I think it's simple. I don't want to waste more time. Simple. It's very simple. Easy. Child's play. Child's play is very simple. Okay. Would rather than.
I would rather sleep than learning this course.
By the way, there is also one music. Actually, for example, there is one music here. I would rather go
Myself.
myself.
blind master.
Yeah, I would rather go blind than see you
Tomorrow or I don't know.
Okay. Actually, I don't listen to music, but it's okay. I would rather go blind than see you with another. I think that's music. Anyway, it's just not to explain things. The music says, I would rather go blind than see you with another. This means that this person wants to. Yes?
She don't want to.
Yeah, this means she doesn't. This means, by the way, some people say she don't, he don't. No, that's not good English. She doesn't. This means he doesn't want her to see with other person. So he wants her to be blind than see her with another. Maybe I don't know. It is true or not. Thank you. This is the idea. Anyway, modal verbs you have to read by yourself. Speaking practice. Screenshot screen, work with a partner. This is homework for you. Work with a partner, choose one of the situations pros and present it in front of the class. Use the expression provide the situations. Please make it screen this one, and with one of your friends, you will present it next time.
Work with a partner Mila with a partner Ghana or
with one of your friends, yeah. I think you know each other. With one partner. For example, Eden with Rodas, Faisal with Kasaun, with any. Thanks so much. Have a nice time. Take care of yourself from coronavirus. Also,
ልዩነት መፍጠር ዓላማችን ነው። ዓለም አቀፍ ተወዳዳሪ መሆን አለባችሁ። የናሽናል ኤርዌይስ እህት ኩባንያ ናሽናል አቪዬሽን ኮሌጅ ጥራትና ደረጃውን የጠበቀ ስልጠና በመስጠት ብቁ ዜጋ እያፈራን ነው። በፍላይት ኦፕሬሽን፣ በበረራ መስተንግዶ፣ በቲኬቲንግና ሪዘርቬሽን፣ በሆቴልና ቱሪዝም ሙያዎች አሰልጥነን ተወዳዳሪ እናደርጎታለን። ኮሌጃችን ካናዳ ከሚገኘው ኢንተርናሽናል ኤር ትራንስፖርት አሶሲዬሽን አያታና ከእንግሊዙ አይሲኤም ጋር በመተባበር ዓለም አቀፍ ዕውቅና ያለው ስልጠና እየሰጠ ይገኛል። በፍላይት ኦፕሬሽን በበረራ መስተንግዶ የምንሰጣቸው ስልጠና ከኢትዮጵያ ሲቪል አቪዬሽን ባለስልጣን ሙሉ ዕውቅና አለው። አድራሻ ከጎላጉል ታወር 22 አደባባይ ወደ ሾላ በሚወስደው መንገድ ላይ የናሽናል ኤርዌይስ እህት ኩባንያ ናሽናል አቪዬሽን ኮሌጅ ህልሞን እውን ያደርጋል።